Today, I'm going to be sharing with you what's working right now in 2024 for SEO blogging and for affiliate marketing. And I'm going to share how much my small blog actually earned in August 2024, including all of the data, the visits, the sales, and the commissions. So let's jump in. So over the past few months, I've been documenting this small blogging case study that I started here in mid-February. You can see we were at just over 100 organic traffic per month. And now in mid-September, we are just over 27,000 organic traffic. And we have 60 pages, which is not a big site at all. So I've been talking about this case study that I've primarily just been doing for SEO to test the latest SEO strategies of what's working in 2024. There's so many people who are talking about Google SEO doesn't work anymore. They're losing all their rankings. Their sites are getting penalized, de-indexed, etc. But in my case, I've been talking about how we've actually been seeing amazing growth despite these algorithm updates. So you can actually see here that the August 2024 core update, which happened here in mid-August, you can actually see we got quite a huge boost thanks to these algorithm updates, and it keeps on going up and to the right. So if you were to just look at this graph right here, honestly, I knew this site would grow. I just didn't expect it to grow at this rate, especially considering we've barely touched the site in August. And I can actually tell you that we didn't do any work on this site in August. And by we, I mean me, because I've only been working on this part-time. So it says here that the organic pages went from 57 to now 60 in mid-September. But to be honest, we just didn't even touch this site. Maybe these are pages that weren't indexed, that just got indexed, but we have barely touched this, so I'm excited to talk about the earnings. But before we jump into that, we have to talk about this SEO growth, because everyone who's trying to run a website or trying to do blogging or SEO, you have to listen to people who can actually have the proof to back it up that it's working with sites that have single-digit domain rating. People talk about backlinks, but this is a site that has a single-digit domain rating with virtually no authority at all. And we are crushing it with 226 keywords in positions 1, 2, or 3. We're not talking about page 1, we're talking about positions 1, 2, or 3 on page 1. So these results are mind-blowing to me. And just to go over it one more time in the Google Search Console, in addition to this, which we're looking at in Ahrefs, we can actually see here the growth on Google Search Console is just reflecting what we're seeing inside of the Ahrefs. And you can see that we had this spike here in Prime Day, which was July 16th, July 17th. Honestly, when this spike happened, I knew it was going to be seasonal. I knew that we weren't going to sustain this kind of traffic. And you can actually see here that our average position for those days, actually we jumped up quite high, close to page 1, but it was really the click-through rate that really boosted those traffic numbers. You can see 3.3% on that day, but usually we're around a 1.5. After that, around a 1.8. But today we're sitting at almost 2% on these days. And what's more exciting is, this Prime Day spike, I knew that it was just seasonal, but we've actually surpassed what we had on Prime Day. You can see we have over 58,000 daily impressions in September 9th. And we got over 1,200 daily clicks, and this is not including the discover traffic, but just the search results traffic, and that's actually more than we got on that Prime Day. So what I'm really excited for is we have Black Friday coming up in Q4. We have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. So Q4 is always going to be the biggest spike of the year, and we are primed in a position to take advantage of that. But it's all about preparation. If we didn't do this work beforehand, we would not get this blessing on Prime Day, where Google decided to bless our site on Prime Day, but they decided to bless our site again here as of late in September. So let's go back here. But real quick, I just want to give a shout out to one of my one-on-one mentorship students, Peggy, who just shared here that she joined in mid-February 2024 of this year, and she earned just shy of $1,300 in a single month, in about a 7th-month span of starting to work with me. And basically, shout out to Peggy. This was really awesome to hear from her. She shared this also in our Discord community. And if you are in my one-on-one mentorship, I do want to share that I just uploaded this updated product review template for 2024. This is a Google Doc that you could literally just copy and paste and see the template that I'm rolling out through all of my sites for individual product reviews. And that template is what is leading to these results right here. I've refined this template so many times. We're on like version 4.0, 5.0, and this is basically what I like to do is if something's working and it's showing us results, I double down and I apply that to all of my content throughout all of my sites. Obviously, depending on the niche, depending on the product, you might have to tinker around with the template a little bit. But to be honest, like this is what I'm running with in 2024 to get these results. So if you're in my one-on-one mentorship, you just have to go to curriculum and look for the product review template, and you will get access to just visit the Google Doc where you can make a copy, you can copy and paste, you can just learn from it. So anyways, let's jump into the earnings. How much did this blog actually earn in August 2024 with working 0 hours on the website? So I actually pulled up the Amazon Associates right here. You can see this is August 2024. This is just last month. And you can see here that the earnings from the Amazon Associates alone was $332.39. Now, honestly, I am shocked that Amazon Associates is earning this much with barely touching it and not even really giving it a real effort. We've just been doing written blog content on the site. The site, has about 60 pages right now, so it's not a big site by any means. But basically, this site earned $332. Now, we actually did also receive a bonus. So basically, for the last 3 months, there's been this promotion of this bonus if you hit certain sales targets inside of Amazon Associates. And actually, if we look at this, we've hit the target every one of these months. So July, August, September, we hit the highest target. And basically, we earned an additional $160 each of these months. You can actually see here we hit it 3 times, so that's $480 extra that Amazon Associates is going to pay out to us. So we hit that 160. Now, if you were to add those together, the 160 plus the 332, we're at $492 for the month, just under $500. But just to go over these numbers real quick. So yeah, August, usually summer, they have this summer slowdown. It's not going to be as high as Q4, as we mentioned, with the Black Friday, with Cyber Monday, with Christmas coming around the corner. But basically, like, these numbers are extremely strong for the summer. And you can see we have days where we sell $900 worth of product on a single day, over $1,200 worth of product on this day. But on average, it looks like we're averaging around $500, $400 per day that we're selling on Amazon. So I actually want to share with you this right here. This is actually the real data in a Google Sheet for this website. So I want to share with you all the conversion rate numbers. And this is data that people are not going to share with you, that is just real world data. I just showed you the earnings, and now I'm going to show you the visits and the conversion rates for everything, just so you can get a gauge of, it's really just a numbers game at the end of the day. So this site received 22,511 unique visits in August 2024. And then it received 1,626 clicks out of those 22,000 visits. That's a 7.2% visit to click percentage conversion rate. So basically, the click number I'm getting from the Amazon Associates, that's how many affiliate link clicks that we got here in August, 1,600, okay? And so basically, that means that out of all the people who visited the site, 7.2% actually clicked an affiliate link, okay? So these are good numbers to know for your site, because it gives you a sense where you can start to make projections of, okay, if we were able to go from 20,000 to 30,000, and let's say we maintain the 7.2% click rate, then we would get this amount of clicks, and then our conversion rate from clicks to sales was around 9.9%. So we had quite a high conversion rate. And again, I owe this to the product review template. You'll see here that I have very strong call to actions to purchase and to click those affiliate links. So, some of this is by design. Like a 9.9% conversion rate is pretty high. And if we're to pull up here, you can actually see that the Amazon Associates says we have a 9.53% conversion rate from clicks to orders. And I'm actually doing shipped items, because that's how you get paid on shipped items. So whether you choose shipped items or ordered items, there's only like a difference of like 6 items between these two. Doesn't really matter. But essentially, we're just under a 10% double-digit conversion rate, which is awesome. And honestly, I think that the reason why Amazon Associates is so great right now is because people are ordering online more than ever, and there's nothing we can do to stop this trend. Like, people are lazy, and I'm speaking to myself here. I'm, an avid Amazon user, and there's no end in sight in terms of people ordering stuff through Amazon online. I love shopping on Amazon, and there's no reason to stop in the near future. And they're only going to grow more popular, okay? There's only going to be more products, more sellers who are going to be selling via Amazon. Basically, if we look at the visit to the sale conversion rate, which is a little bit of a different metric that I don't think a lot of people use, but it's a 0.72%, and that's from like a unique visit to actually buying something, okay? But this seems to be in line. You could expect anywhere from a 0.5 to a 1% conversion rate from a visit to a sale, but I really think the click to the sale conversion rate is really, really healthy. I mean, just under 10%. Now, if we're looking at some of these other numbers here, which I just want to highlight just to give you perspective, okay? So we did not run any ads on the site, and we're not running any ads on the site currently. So the site is at around that 20,000, visits per month. And I just don't think that it's worth it for us to put ads like such as Google AdSense that's going to slow down our site. It could potentially hurt our rankings, and we continue to grow up and to the right. I don't want to do anything to mess with that right now, especially because we're getting pretty decent commissions just from Amazon associates alone. So that's something that I think we should just continue working on, growing the site to a level of, let's say, 50 to 100,000 visits per month. That's when I would introduce ad revenue, because our ad revenue potential just from Google AdSense with a conservative $7 per thousand unique visits is $157. So like this projection, we could have just added this to our site in August if we had ran AdSense, which is one of the lower revenue per mil ad networks, and we would have earned a total of $650 from adding the ad revenue in addition to our affiliate commissions from Amazon associates, and that is nothing to scoff at. $650, and if we were to annualize that, that's just under $8,000 per year. But if we just look at our pure commissions and our earnings that we earned in August, annualized, that's just under $6,000 per year, and that's just under 10% of the average salary in the US, which is $60,000 per year. And again, I mentioned this in one of my last videos, which is the average raise per year is around 3% per year. Okay, so we just added in just a few months a income stream that generated, if we annualize this, just under 10% of a raise per year if you're on $60,000 per year salary. Okay, and here's the thing that's more exciting. This is not our ceiling. Like, we're not done. We're nowhere close to done if you look at our growth right here. And now I'm going to share with you the playbook for how can we multiply these earnings, because honestly, what gets me excited about this is that I started this case study really just as an SEO experiment, just to grow the traffic. And we've done that. Obviously looking at the growth, like it's been very consistent, and we're at 60 pages. So now I'm going to share with you what are the levers that we can pull in this funnel right here, because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game, and it's all just a funnel. So basically, I'm going to unlock this right here, and we're going to talk about how do we increase these visits, the clicks, and the sales with these growth levers. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one, which is the average lifetime value. So I'm going to take this out right here. Okay, average lifetime value, it starts with your niche and the customer. Are you selling to a customer who's buying expensive things and who's going to spend a lot of money, basically? Now, this is obviously something that you probably want to figure out before you go out and create your website and launch your brand and start creating content. Like, you want to have a niche that is going to be friendly to, let's say, selling these products where people are spending hundreds of dollars. Okay. Now, these are not just like, you can see here, like, these are not just from one individual product. Like, we're selling, $400, $500 per day, but it's because of 11 different products. So maybe $100 each or something like that. Okay. So basically, you can start with the niche, and some niches, they just have customers who are willing to spend more money than others. Okay. If you're in a niche where all the products are like $5 and they don't even need to do research, just think about that. Like, they don't even need to look for your blog to make that purchase. But if they're making a purchase that, let's say, is $200, they might have to do a little bit more research there, right? So you start there, bundling related products, upsells and downsells. So increasing the average lifetime value of your customers is going to come from, honestly, like, how much are they spending? How much is each customer who's buying something from your site spending? Okay. Now let's go into the visits and the conversion rate, because this is actually what I'm more interested in doing. So the first thing is YouTube. Okay. So everything you see here, what gets me super excited is we earned this just from a pure blog with written content with 60 pages. In my experience, going to YouTube, expanding to YouTube and doing videos and just doubling up on what's already working, depending on your niche, YouTube can earn 3 to 5 times as much as a pure written blog. Okay, let me repeat that. YouTube versus the blog, in my experience in the niches which I've done, and obviously some niches lend themselves better to YouTube than others. Some people do prefer to read written content depending on the niche and the product and just the type of person. Some people like to shop via Google in terms of research. Some people like to use YouTube. Younger people probably tend towards YouTube, and then older folks probably towards Google, right? So for me, I love YouTube, and I know for a fact that in this niche, YouTube crushes. YouTube would generally make up 80% of the sales if you had both a YouTube channel and a website. We haven't done the YouTube for this yet. If we were to expand to YouTube, this can probably go from, $300, $500 per month to $1,000, $2,000, maybe even $3,000 per month. And honestly, depending how quickly things can come together, this could actually happen by the end of the year. So it's September now. So in 3 months, with a good strategy, we could scale this from just under $500 per month to over $1,000 per month, maybe even a chance at over $2,000 per month. Okay, that's the power of YouTube. So there's YouTube, there's just doing more of more. So if we go back to the Ahrefs here, we're at 60 organic pages. If you were to just double this number or even get it from 60 to 100, okay, conservatively, we would double our traffic, if not more. And to be honest with you, when it comes to a strategy like this, where we're getting such great efficiency, we only have 60 pages with this amazing growth and this 27,000 organic traffic. If we were to realistically add 40 or 60 pages, it's not just going to double this traffic number. I guarantee you that. It's probably going to triple to quadruple or more. So you're already looking at 75 to 100,000 organics per month if we were to raise this number. Because with our strategy, and if you saw my video about the SEO structure, this web that we do with our site and our internal linking, the reason why we're getting this growth is because everything is interconnected. So if one of our new blog posts were able to actually rank and start doing well, it's going to lift 3 or 4 other blog posts that are surrounding it, that it's related to, that's linking to. And that's how you're able to see everything just rise together. Okay. So you just do more of more. So if what's working right now, we have 60 organic pages that are crushing, just add 60 more. Okay. That's definitely one. And then another lever, and this is something I did an interview in my last video with Kathleen Coble about Amazon's influencer program. So if you don't know about Amazon Influencer, basically it's this program where you can upload videos directly to Amazon and you can review products and you can earn commission that way. Instead of doing it on your own site, like I'm doing right here, where I have these affiliate links on my own site, I'm getting my own traffic that's from Google search, SEO, wherever, and people are clicking those links and buying it. You can actually upload videos directly to Amazon, and if they watch a certain percentage of that video, you get commission as well. And if you've seen these videos on certain product listing pages on Amazon, you've probably seen them before. And if you haven't seen them, just go on any product on Amazon. You'll see some videos that say earns commission, and those are Amazon Influencer Program. I actually just signed up last month. I made a few videos, but I'm still tinkering around with it. But that's something I'd probably invest some of my time into if I wanted to grow these affiliate sales and I wanted to potentially double my affiliate commissions per month. And we're already using Amazon Associates right now. So Amazon Influencer is, it's really just double dipping. Okay. And honestly, like the last thing, so there's a couple other things here we can do for the raising the conversion rate. So actually, let me remove this. And so the first thing that I want to say is, in addition to doing the website and YouTube, those are the first 2 big things I would do, because, the first thing, which is just doing more of the website, as I showed you with, inside of Ahrefs, like if we just went from 60 pages to 120, we'd probably double our results on the low end. Like that's a very conservative estimate right there. Okay. Now, aside from doing YouTube, which I just explained to you, in some niches can generate 80% of the sales versus a website, if you were to look at both of them side by side. So in my experience, in my niches that I do, it tends to make up anywhere from 60 to 80% of the sales versus the website. So I would go into YouTube if I was trying to make this really a full-time income and multiply this. Now, the other thing you can do is a lead magnet. Okay, this might be a free course. This might be a resource of some sort. And a lead magnet's going to raise your conversion rate. Okay, so if we're looking at this visit to sale conversion rate of 0.72%, I look at that and it's nothing that I look at and say, we can't improve that. Because if you were to take this from 0.72 to 1%, which is that's a feasible number, then we might raise our commissions and our earnings 50%. Okay. And how do you do that? Sometimes it's by having a stronger lead magnet or a free course, or by having some kind of resource where people are going to be more inclined to buy something because you're providing more value than just a purely written blog. Like at the end of the day, a blog is great, especially if it's high quality content, but it's not the highest converting mechanism for getting an affiliate sale. The highest converting mechanisms are usually something that requires a little more investment from the visitor of the site, maybe putting in their email, and then a little more investment on your side of providing more value. Maybe it's a tutorial, maybe it's how to use this software, etc. Okay, so by doing more, you get more sales, you get more conversion rate and more trust from your visitors. Okay, I have your email marketing, which honestly we don't even need to touch right now. Like we can just keep doing more or expand to YouTube. Those are the biggest things I would do first. I wouldn't even touch email, especially for this niche. Some niches, email just doesn't really matter at this stage, just not yet, until you're getting really, really big traffic and until you have a good lead magnet. People are not just going to sign up for some random newsletter these days. People hate spam, right? Again, Amazon influencer, I've already mentioned that, but that's another way to just pad the amount of clicks, impressions, sales that we can get from the same products that maybe you're already reviewing on your YouTube, on your website. And yeah, so the last things I have here are pricing, discounts. So if you're able to get some kind of discount code with the affiliate program, it's going to raise your conversion rates. Sales and service, this is like actually hands-on one-to-one. Maybe you're actually like an agency and you're getting these affiliate sales because your clients need to use a product. So you have to, maybe you recommend them to use the product and they sign up and then you get referrals. I've seen that happen a lot, especially in services. Typically in services, you have a bunch of tools that your client needs to use that perhaps they can sign up and you get a referral. And service is just these are hand in hand basically. So that basically wraps it up. Now, what's exciting is this next phase. So I have a decision right here. Do I want to keep working on this case study and blow it up into a full-time income, which is very possible with those steps that I just mentioned? Or to be honest, I've been extremely busy in the past few months and I'm going to continue to be busy towards the end of this year. So I don't know if I really have the time to execute on the expansion plans, because at the end of the day, we have 60 high quality posts, but to go from 60 to 100, it's going to take some time. But to be honest, everything we've earned up to this point has been part-time. I've just been doing this part-time. You can just see here, we've barely added any pages this summer. So in July, we were at 48. We're now at 60. That's 12 pages from July to September. And so we haven't really invested that much time into this. In August, we spent 0 hours on the site and it still earned just under $500. Okay, so that's the power of creating this passive income stream or having a side hustle, having something with upside. Because as I shared, the average salary in the US is $60,000 per year. So if you want to give yourself a 10% raise, where can you go do that? It's probably not going to be from your job, which is around 3% per year, according to Investopedia. And that's lucky. If you can get that 3% raise per year and not get fired in this economy, at the end of the day, people are just grateful to even just have a job, period. So when you're asking for a 3% raise, 10% raise, the only way to have it is with a side hustle that has upside with no limits. Because right now, I'm really impressed with how much this site's actually earned, and I've just been working on it part-time passively, because the path to getting this from $500 a month to $1,000 a month and $2,000 a month, it's very, very clear. We have a lot of actions which we could do. And I just know that doing this playbook time and time again is going to multiply this income. So that's something that I might try doing if I have the extra time. But overall, if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, comment below, let me know what you think. And how is your websites doing right now with SEO? What are you struggling with? Because that's something I'd like to help people with. And if you are interested in something like my one-on-one mentorship, where you can actually get hands-on help and feedback on your site, what you're doing wrong, what you need to do to improve to get to that next stage, to get to that next level, then book a free 30-minute strategy call with me. Link in the description. Spots filling up fast. Hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.